Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is The Road to the Record. We're playing Pro Cycling Manager 2019, Stage Racer, episode number 35. And we've done it! Here we are. It's 2021. We are riding with CCC. Technically in-game, it's still an American team just because it was day one when the database was launched for this series, and it hadn't yet been updated to Poland. So, American team, American rider, and we're heading down under. So, first chance as a pure World Tour rider. We'll see how it goes. Stage 1 is a sprint. Stage 2 gets a little bit punchy. 3 is flat, 4 is flat, 5 is definitely punchy and closer to a climb. It's just not quite steep enough. And stage 6, short and flat. So, it's not necessarily the best type of stage for me. We've got Paddy Bevan here, Inkhorn, newcomer to the team as well. Van Hoek, is he punchy? I'm trying to think, looking at those profiles, right? If Van Evermont was here, he could very well be the team leader and not me. Bevan, time trial specialist, but he is pretty good on hills. So, not sure. My hill rating is certainly higher than his. We'll see if I actually get team leader status. But stage 1 on the flat, nothing doing for that. I'll see you on stage 2. One of the first and most obvious things about joining the World Tour is the immediate increase of speed in the peloton throughout stage after stage after stage. And your low flat ratings, like I have, your low resistance ratings, which mine's still, it's not that bad anymore, but it's still not great, immediately start to come into play after you make that jump to the World Tour. If I weren't a team leader, Graddick, Frankschek, who are out the back, I'd be out the back too. My flat rating sucks, especially today. I've got a -1. Now here's the thing about racing in January in Australia. Form. Nobody's in form yet. There are a couple Australian riders who care about a race like this. Also, their national championships are at this time frame as well. This is their summer. So, there is a few riders who come in with form. But outside of those few obvious exceptions, the Australian, maybe the New Zealander riders, maybe a few South African or other Southern African nations riders. Outside of that, nobody's showing up here with form. And so for me to be on a -1 that barely affects me actually is not bad. I still have good support from 4 riders right now. Paddy Bevan getting water one last time. We have 21k to go. Ever so slightly laggy, but we'll see if coming down to this view takes that away. It seems to be cleaning up. 94 riders left in the peloton. It's stage number 2, stage 1. Sprint victory for Gaviria over Sam Bennett. That's Gaviria of AG2R. Yes, there have been some rider transfers as we move in. So here we are coming up on the climb here in the next little bit. You can see it's very steep to the finish, but that's just coming up at the end. We have 17k now. Looks like about halfway from where we are, maybe at 8k to go. You get a moderate climb, and then again at about 1.5, 2k to go, you get the climb to the finish. That's definitely puncher's delight. So my hill rating 78, not bad for that. My acceleration 74, it's not bad for that. I did just squeeze my way into the top 10 favorites list. Team objective, they want me to get all the way up into the top 5. It's not a ridiculous request by them. And let's take a quick look and see what we have. Still have 11k to go. I don't know Rondags right now. Patty Bevan is good on hills, so he'll probably be my guy. Incorn, don't know yet. Hoke, he's okay, but he's definitely more workhorse on the flat. So we're down to 9k. We're about to hit that first climb. And really, oh, it is Patty Bevan who has me right now. That's good. What I want to do is I want to gently increase my effort just to be to the front for this. I don't want to attack it at all. So right now 83 seems to be sufficient. Now 80, there's Bevan. I don't want to damage him or anything. Van Hoek working at the front, that's good. 6k to go. Now we're starting to see the acceleration of Michael Woods, Latour, Hershey, Krag Anderson, Gaudu, Schachman. These guys are all making an effort. And now as we go over the top of that, we need to accelerate a lot more. 4k to go. Let's use that gel as we come up towards the end. Now we get right back to the front. And, oi, what happened? Let's switch this up real quick. I'm going to go over the top. So what I need is just these two. Do I have anyone else close? Rondags coming. Not close enough. Let's use Van Hoek. There we go. Select all three. Follow Bevan, follow Van Hoek, and Rondags. Follow me. If you can get up here, we'll use you. I think Inkhorn's too far back. Oh, he's right there too. I still think they're a little bit too far back. Van Hoek, I do not want to use the Transcend because we'll have to wait. We'll use it on Bevan. So Van Hoek, there's the top, go over, you're 99, that's too slow. You almost got us to the base, turn that corner and we start going uphill. Oh, come on, come on. Now you're just holding us up.
And he's not going to be able to carry on. Let's hope it doesn't jeopardize the rest of his season. Fall in a pack. Apparently, the leader is on the ground.
All right, so Patty Bevan giving me a good solid lead out here. We're down to 1k, and we're not in the prime spot, but we're in a good spot. Still 1k. Let's keep using him, keep using him. 700 meters. We're going to come up over the top. And now we sprint. Oh, I took the long way around. I took the long way around, and I'm out of energy. I'm going to miss that top 5, aren't I? Or am I 5th? Hershey takes the win. Latour, I do get 5th. So, Bevan actually outdid me on that one. He took 4th. I took 5th. Worked out, though. Team objective was the top 5. We did manage to do it. Very much with the help of Bevan in my first race in the CCC uniform. Hershey wins, Latour, Krag Anderson, Bevan and I, and then a little gap to Fulsang, Van Aert, Woods, Frele, Schachman, Podjagar. I mean, we're into it now. Big names everywhere. Chris Froome takes 18th.
And here are a few of the key moments.
Ooh, same time given through 31st place. So we're still very mixed on the standings, but Bevan and I are still very much in it with one more hill stage to go. That is much more of a climb than a hill. It's going to be quite a bit longer than this one. Cruising through stage 5 of 6 right now. Over the last 2 stages, they were again sprint stages, and the same 2 riders were on top, exchanging victories. So stage 3 went to Sam Bennett, stage 4 went to Gaviria, with the opposite, the counterpart taking second place in each of those 2. So that's 2 for Gaviria now. This stage, this is the big one. It's Wollonga Hill. Kind of the most famous climb in the tour here. And we're going to hit it twice. So we're going to do the climb once, be up on a big plateau, come down, and then hit that climb a second time. Second time going for the finish. Now you might have noticed from glancing at my team, but the race day condition is really bad. We actually lost a rider. So we're down to 6 riders, and everybody except for Ron Daggs have really, really bad condition today. Reason for it is it's crazy hot. It is, again, it's summer in Australia in January, Southern Hemisphere, and the temperatures are extreme to the point where it's adversely affecting everyone. At the moment, my group just got dropped with just 10 riders left on the front, and I was right there at the front. Was I the one who lost contact? It's possible that it is. The 10 at the front. It's a couple of the leaders, but there's definitely still some guys that want to be in it. So hopefully our group will remake contact here in a moment. It's a small gap, but we're already coming up on the hill, and you can see just how tired I am at this point in time. So it's not looking so good. Chase is hard, intense, and everybody is suffering today. We've remade contact. There's still 4 riders off the front, but it's only just off the front. And I've got to make my way forward past, is that Suderland? Okay, I thought it was going to be Valverde. Valverde was in the break. He might still be there. There's Full Song. Kispel going backwards. Easy, easy. It's a big climb and we got to go twice. And we still need to catch that break. $1K from the top. Easy. Just relax. Just relax. Take some points over the top here. Actually, just got myself some separation over the field. Let's go ahead and set up though. Definitely not staying away. Chris Froome racing to the front. That was the finish line right there. So next time to that spot will be the finish. Field coming back together, and there is so much fatigue here. There are definitely riders with much better resistance than I. They're all going to be suffering today, but how much? Does that put them in the 70s? It very well could. So this is not going to be your typical sprint to the end. It's going to be who can outlast who on that climb. And here comes some acceleration from teams or riders that are feeling good. Ooh, and I'm not recovering at the moment. I need to get that descent. We're going to have that here in just a moment. Bevan is still here, hanging on. Is he going to recover? This is not a long descent. I might have done too much on that last one. I expected more recovery, but that's what happens when your resistance is low. Flat rating is low, you're not getting the rider support. So Bevan, come on up. I need some help here. 11K to go. We still have one rider off the front, and it's Valverde. Valverde still 45 seconds ahead. That guy who's 1,000,000 years old. Not literally. Real life, he's only a couple years older than myself, but in the sporting world, he's ancient. Bevan finally gets up here. And we are not going to last. We're not going to last. We are not going to win this one today, guaranteed. Just the pace here on the flat has nearly done me in. We'll out-climb a lot of these guys, but I don't see very many shoulders bobbing anywhere near as bad. Valverde's been caught. 4K to go. Base of the climb. And I'm already... Use the sneak to get forward a little bit, and now we just need to go 99. A lot of guys already sitting up McCarthy, but there's plenty that are still going stronger than I am.
The group is slowly thinning out due to such a frantic pace.
I'm thinking a lot of riders didn't quite have as bad of a race day condition as I ended up with. That -3 is nasty. The weather should have knocked us down, 1. Maybe a -1. Definitely not a -3. So we had a really bad draw today. We are scooting forward a little bit, but Pierre Latour takes the win. Pogacar second. Craig Anderson, Bilbao, and Calmajon are your top 5. And I'm up to... that's just the top. We're not even there yet. We're still out a ways. Well below 20, 34th. Final stage goes once again to Fernando Gaviria. And in the overall, not so pretty. Pierre Latour does take the win, though, with that win up Wollonga Hill. And we drop all the way down to 26th at 3 minutes and 33 seconds down. It was still the highest finisher of the team, as Paddy Bevan was a few positions further down from where we were, but all in all, not a very good performance. Combination of that bell curve draw for race day condition along with the super heat. We just were not fit for that hill, and nor was the team. I didn't have the help support that I needed. And I certainly didn't play it the best, as I knew it should have been a matter of survival. And that first time up the climb, I didn't do that. That first time up the climb, I was a little too aggressive and buried myself as much as the race day condition did. So lesson learned on that. Not the best performance to open our time with the new team. But we move on. This is going to push us into February. And we get the season going. So we're on to stage 2 at another race. It's the Vuelta a Mallorca. And in this one, the pace has been really hot to start. So we're not even halfway through the stage. And the peloton is down to 30 riders. No crashes whatsoever. We're down to 22 riders now. The breakaway is shattered. It's down to 1 rider. Wilco Kelderman, the only rider left there. And this is all from just a couple mild climbs so far. But just crazy, crazy pace. I'm all alone. 21 riders are all that's left in the peloton. I need to get myself some water here, as even Paddy Bevan has been dropped by this crazy pace that we have. Stage 1 was a sprint stage. The winner for that one... Oh gosh, who won it? I forgot. There's a lot of good riders off the back, though. Good climbers, even. I mean, Gorka Izaguirre, Van Garderen, Dombrowski, Lastra, Ede, all a couple groups back. Vanderpool, Reguigui.
We're now at the halfway stage.
This is crazy. We just now hit halfway. I am fully recovered before we go into the upcoming climb, which certainly does suit me. I do have a +1 race day condition, and with that 97% fitness, I'm getting kind of double bonuses out of it. Mountains an 82. Today my hill rating matters. It's an 80, and the resistance is a 76. Downhill's all right. Sprint's not great, but I won't really need it. Here's why I need all of those things, as we've caught our solo breakaway rider of Kelderman. So he's back into the peloton of 22 now. So here's what we have. One big climb, we're already on the base. It's going to thin this group out a little bit more. Well, I was going to say that it would, but we actually just doubled in size as a group made contact with us. But the final climb, that's punchy. That's a hill. So somebody with a hills rating is going to win that one, not just the mountain climber. But it's going to take a strong mountain climber to get over the top of, well, this mess. Now, I can sit on for a while, but at some point I think I might have to make a move because this peloton is way too big, and we've got 17 riders coming back at us because we're not really attacking it right now. We're at ×2 speed. I'm thinking about going back down to ×1 here in just a little bit. We're halfway up, and nobody's done anything to hurt this group. So, let's hurt this group. Attack off the front, and we're going to just go 85. 13 seconds clear. We'll go 85, let them catch up. 9 seconds. Let's go a little bit harder, 87. 8 seconds, 10 seconds. I want to see that group shatter. There we go. 33 riders now. Go ahead and sit up for a little bit. We're going to hit this little flat section and see how little damage that did to me. We're not going to have a lot of recovery time, so we can't be down to nothing. Now at 28, 26 riders. So damage still being felt in the group. And we're going to be going up again here in just a moment. Now we are 6%. Next attack. I'm going to keep it up a little bit longer this time. 5 seconds. Wow, they're chasing hard. 9 seconds. And we're caught. Only lost 2 riders this time. 3 riders. Let's go ahead and sit up for a little bit. Cover a little bit here. 3K to go. Still 23 riders. $2K. Next attack. Round 3.
And he sprints away in attack.
This time they were ready for it. Enrique Mas immediately on it. 21 riders. Like the points at the top. So we'll give it one last attack, maybe coming around this bend. 18 riders. 17 riders. Okay, we thinned things out a lot. And it got us up the mountainside a lot faster. As the car tries to take me out. Race officials. Where do you think you're going? This is the front of the field. Why are you trying to get in front of us? You think you lost somebody off the front? Alright, well, I'm already into recovery. See, there goes the car, just taking off, trying to get out in front. There's no real climbing to do until the finish. So at this point, we sit in the group. There's no reason for me to pull. If people come back, they come back. It'd be nice if there was someone in this group with a teammate. Well, Movie Star's got 3. They should be sacrificing one of them at the front to lead this group out. We weren't weaving back and forth so quick I could actually see who was who without having to pause. Valverde, Pedrero, and Moss. Pedrero should be burying himself. Or Valverde. Don't know how he is in his 40s. How is he? He's down to a 71 on the mountains, a 76 on the hills, and a 73 acceleration. That is definitely somebody who has aged a lot. Still here, though. Dan Martin. Vizcarra. Pedrero, already mentioned. Myself. Moss, already mentioned. Lopez, he's the favorite in 83 in the mountains now. A couple years into the game. De La Cruz, pretty solid. Formulo, he's a real threat on the punchy finish. Nairo Quintana, down to a 79, so he's dropped a little bit. Chavkin, don't know him. Conrad, 76. Simon Yates with Team Ineos, 81 mountain rating. Not as good on the punchy part, though. Bowman, Pozzovivo, Thomas de Gent, hanging on. Uran is here. He's down to a 78 for his rating. Ooh, do I need water? I do need water. Thanks for the notification there, Pedrero. Okay, that looks to be about everybody anyway. Group still at 21. It's a minute to the group behind, and it's a solo rider who just broke off of 2. One rider is coming back at us a little bit. Let's go ahead and get water now. It's 32k to go, so that'll be plenty to get me to the end. Back up to my position. Descent coming here. It's actually a good time to pick the pace up a little bit so other riders don't come back at us. I'm already fully recovered, and the downhill shouldn't hurt me. So let's just push the tempo for a little bit. Let's use the aerodynamic position. Doesn't look very aero. We're in the aero tuck. Well, either way, I guess we've made a few seconds on those behind us, and I've done it without costing myself any energy whatsoever. But now that we hit the base, we sit up, and we're on the flat. Sprint point coming up. 3 seconds of time bonuses available. Could be worthwhile. Slow down for that 2.5k. Speed up a little bit here. 1.5. Now, let's get a little acceleration here. Get to the front. There's the 1k to go point. And nobody else is interested. Nobody's coming. Nobody's coming. So we'll just ride through at the front. Pick up 3 free seconds for almost no effort whatsoever. We're back up to 24, so 2 riders have rejoined. And the gap behind is shrinking. There's another 5 riders trying to come. Rodriguez is one of the ones who has rejoined, and he's attacking. This should force an acceleration out of this group.
There's now just 10 kilometers left.
Not so much, though. They're not chasing very hard. 9k. With the uphill finish, I'd want to go at about 5.5 on my gel instead of the normal 6. Which we're getting fairly close to. 7k to go now. Oh, it's a little bit longer than I thought. It's a few k, the length. We'll go to about 5.2. There we go, 5.2. He's got a 16-second lead, but he's right there, so it's really not significant. We're going to be coming up on the climb in just a moment. Let's start moving forward. Let's sneak. We want to be right at the front. He's already been caught. 2.7k to go. It's not that I need to attack this group, I just need to be at the front. And then respond to their attacks. It's not a punchy climber. 1.3. Final K. 500 meters.
The sprint is on. The riders are setting themselves up.
Not the best. I was hoping for a top 3, but I'll take a top 5 if I can get it. Moss, Lopez, best climbers. Formolo, Yates, come on, 5th. Okay, we got 5th. Dan Martin, Quintana. 23 out of the 24 are here, so we dropped one rider.
The race is run, but the poor souls bringing up the rear continue to cross the line.
It's amazing that all the damage on this stage was done through this section, the first half of the stage. Most of it in the first third of the stage. Love the view here, though. That's nice. Little confused as to how CCC comes up with the 3-letter code of CPT. Maybe something to do with the company. CCC Pro Team? I don't know. And the overall, that puts me in 4th place with those 3 seconds that I picked up. So Moss into the lead, Lopez 2nd, Formolo 3rd. Valverde picked up some seconds. Castroviejo still there. 23 riders in contention. None of that group had lost any time previously. Yeah, 5th place is a poor job. Okay. Fine. 2 stages to go. 2/3 of the way through this stage. And we're going to roll through and pick up 3 bonus seconds again. We're only 4 seconds down overall now. The peloton's down to just 21 riders after the series of climbs that we've had up till this point. My entire team is gone and out the back, though Hermans and Bevan are both just a little over a minute and a half behind. There's a small chance they'll get back up here. And they've both recovered a bit, so they actually could help. We have 3 climbs left. Well, besides this tiny little hill right here. But we have 3 climbs left. We've got a back-to-back here with no real respite in between. And then we do have plenty of time to recover before going into the final climb. However, the finish is also on an uncategorized uphill finish as well. So there's some chances for things here to still play out. For one, this group could still thin quite a bit further. You could have full recovery over that second climb before going over the final climb. So you could bury yourself to that second climb and not have to save anything.
We're starting the last third of the race.
Bevan and Hermans, they've already pulled back a minute, so I think they're going to catch us before we hit the climb. So we'll pick up 16 more riders.
Much too high for many
And there you go. Here they are. Bevan and Hermans are now with me. I could actually use them up on the climb. Try to put some pressure on this group, thin it back out, and then attack myself. Maybe just before the top of the first climb, and then really attack through the second. Let's see, how much of a descent is there in between? Yeah, not really much of anything. Okay, well, let's do this. We're gonna form up. Now, I don't know mountain rating. I think Herman's might be a little bit better than Bevan, mountain-wise. Bevan's already up here, so that's good. Hermans, come on up. Join the party. There you go. And I want you to start moving forward. Not at a 99. Let's try 87. 89. I want you to get to the front and just up the tempo a bit. 8.3 to the top of this climb. But then we go kind of right into that next one. Okay, one rider out the back so far. This is about all the pace I think that Bevan and Hermans can manage. And Hermans actually is not going to last long once Bevan's done. Okay, we're down to 25 riders. $24. 22. How close are we? Still 3K away. We're back down to 21, which is where we were before. $20 riders. So I'm going to wait to attack until the next one.
Falling behind. A team leader is falling
I
behind.
need to sit up for now. Just before the top. I want the points. Might as well. Sit up. Got 25 in the competition now. We've got another category 2 coming up here in just a moment. I think I might have to just try to beat these guys in that final sprint as best I can, because it looks like I'm not going to have enough energy to really mount an attack. I was hoping that Bevan and Hermans would have lasted a while longer than they actually did. But what we ultimately did here is we got the peloton back down half the size it was. So we're taking a lot of challengers out. I am still getting a little bit of recovery here before we go up. And we have 8K to go to the top. Let's speed it up for a little bit here. I don't think anybody's going to really mount a challenge in the next little bit. 5K to go to the top. $3K to go to the top. Slow it back down somewhat. 2K, 2.5 anyway. Starting to see a little acceleration by Castroviejo, putting some pressure on. We'll go to the top here in a moment. To the front, I mean. Final K. I'd like to take those points. I don't need to attack this. I just need to go over the top first is all I'm looking for. Well, let's attack over the top anyway. Just to see what happens. Like taking a small group of 5 forward instead of 20. Putting pressure on those behind us. Moss, Lopez, and the Yates brothers, who are not on the same team. So we're all 5 representing different teams here. So that's Lopez for Duquesne Quickstep. That's which Yates? Adam Yates. Okay, we're back together. 20 riders. Adam Yates for Mitchelton Scott. Simon Yates for Ineos. And the race leader, Enric Mas for Movistar. 3 minutes behind us, so it's just the 20 of us to compete for this overall. I am a bit short on water, but with this quick downhill, it shouldn't be a big factor. I don't want a full bottle. I've still never learned whether this game has a mechanic regarding weight and a full bottle. No idea. Real life, you don't want that for attacking a sprint. There's a little false flat before we start the uphill, and it is one that you pretty much want to attack. 12K to go. And I think it's time to do something about that. So, gel up. 10K to go. Little acceleration already by Castro Viejo. 16 riders. Okay, there's the false flat section. When we round the corner here, that's where you want to attack. Not necessarily, though. The energy's running pretty quick. $1K to go to the top. And then that's 5K to go overall. 15 riders left.
The riders just passed the 5 kilometers road sign.
Trying to recover just a little bit here on this brief descent so that we actually can attack the finish. 3.5K. 2.5. We need to come forward again. 2K. Whoa, whoa. Too hard, too fast. Final K. Sprint. Come on, come on. Don't run out of energy too soon. Oh, just before the finish, we're out of energy. We're going to go from 2nd to 11th, just like that. Or 10th. Simon Yates takes the win. He was going to win it anyway, but Moss took 2nd instead of us if we had 100 meters worth of energy left. Moss takes 2nd, Lopez 3rd, Adam Yates takes 4th. Wellens, I didn't even realize he was in the group, 5th. Pozzovivo, Digent, Conrad, Quintana. I take 10th on the stage. It's still a good result, but it could have been better. We did pick up those 3 bonus seconds earlier, and we are in the group same time, so we'll see that where that puts us. We entered the stage in 4th place, and again, we stole 3 seconds. We really just had the 10 riders at the end with a few more just behind us. We'll see what kind of times they get. Stage 4 is a sprint stage, so this will decide the overall. This will also be where I wrap up this episode. But we need to see what those standings are as we move into that final stage. Which I won't quick sim that. I want the points. So I will just do it off camera. But unless we steal 3 seconds at a sprint point, we won't get anything else. But yeah, I sprinted a little bit too early. 10th place, 11 of us on same time. So I actually end up staying in 4th because Simon Yates picked up enough bonus time to move up. So I moved up 1 and down 1 to keep 4th. Adding 3 seconds wouldn't even change my position. I'd have to add 6 seconds to move up to 2nd. Probably not going to happen. So 4th overall, still not a bad result at all, considering that that is quality World Tour talent that we are now facing. But that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer, and remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. Be sure to drop a like, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.